Hello and welcome to this video on Rust programming. In this video we will learn about matching destructuring references and destructuring structs using match. So if you are new to the channel, then please subscribe to the channel and make sure you press the bell icon so that you can get notified about upcoming videos on Rust. So with that aside, let's get started. So a reference is denoted by an ampersand before a value. For example, this reference, this variable reference is a reference of 4. So you see how ampersand is placed before this. And Rust Analyzer says that it is of type ampersand I32. So reference points to a reference of 4. Now if you match this reference, then you will match against ampersand some value, and then you will get the value out of that, and which we have printed here. Note that how Rust Analyzer shows that val is a I32 value. Now if you don't want to have this ampersand here, you can say match star reference, and then you will get value directly, which you can print here. But what if we don't have a reference, we don't start with a reference? Then what we can do is we can create a reference using the ref keyword. So in this case, let ref is a reference to 3. So this is a reference to 3. Now consider two values without references, value and mutable value, which have value 5 and 6. Now we create a reference by proceeding with keyword ref. So we match value and we create a reference of the matched value, which is ampersand I32, and when we print we will get a reference of this. And reference ref mute is used similarly. This reference would be mutable, but before you can change it, you have to dereference it. So m is dereference, mutable value is dereference using star, and then 10 is added. So we just print all these things to see what we get. So I'll do cargo run, and first was 4. This one is 4, and once we match with star, that is also 4. Then we have got 5 here, value, this is 5, this r is 5 because we destructured value, and then we destructured mute value, which was 6, and added 10, so it got 16, it became 16. So that's how you destructure the references. Now we will destructure structures. These examples have come from Rust by example, so if you want to follow Rust documentation, you can follow Rust by example and you can read it yourself. This video is just to explain this. Now suppose we have a structure foo which has two members x and y. X is a tuple of two unsigned 32-bit integers and y is one unsigned 32-bit integer. So we create foo here. Foo is equal to foo. We give a tuple to x and y3. Now we match foo against x1 comma b. So b will become 2 and y will become 3. So x is the tuple, so y will become 3, and we print b. B will be 2 and y will be 3. So it will print first of x is 1, b is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. Now you can destructure this and rename the variables also. So you can say y colon 2 x colon I. So I will become 1 2, the tuple 1 2, and y will be 2 here. So y is 2 and I is 1 comma 2, the tuple 1 comma 2, and we can ignore the some variables. We can take y and ignore x. In this case y will become 3. So for example, if you give it 2 2, then it won't match the first branch. Okay, it will match the second branch. Here, if both fail first two branches, then it will succeed. So if you give us one, only first branch will match and it will succeed. It won't match second and third arms. Further, we have created another structure FAA with the same value, and destructuring of struct can be done without having match. So you can say let foo x colon x0 u32 u32 and y colon y0. So x0 will become 1 2, the tuple 1 2, and y0 will become 3. And with the nested structures, consider a structure bar which has a member foo of type structure foo. So in this case, we can create a variable bar with bar where foo is assigned with FAA, that is this structure. In this case, we destruct using foo colon foo. X is nested x and y is nested y. In this case, nested x becomes 1 2 and nested y becomes 3. So remember that when we will first run the program, it will not match these two arms. We will change the values to match these two arms. So let's run this and see what is the result. So I will have to go to that folder. So first it printed x is 1, b is equal to 2, y is equal to 3. That is this one. Okay. And then it printed outside x0, y0. So x0 and y0 was printed here. x0 became tuple 1, 2 and y0 is 3. And then it printed nested x and nested y. Now to match the second arm, we have to make y2. If we make y2, it will match the second arm. See? Oh, and this should not be 1. Then it will match. So now it says y is 2, I is 2, comma 2. Y is 2, I is 2, comma 2. And to match the third arm, first two arms must not match. So this should not be 3. This should not be 2 now. Now the third arm will match. And it will say y is equal to 3, we don't care about x. So it says y is equal to 3, we don't care about x. So with this, we come to the end of video of destructuring. In the next video, I think that we will create some simple programs which will show how to arrange our logic using for loop, if else and all that. It will be very simple programs we will study, maybe 3-4 of them to reinforce our concepts, and then we will move on to functions. So I hope that you have found this video useful and informative. Please subscribe, please like the video and share it on social media as much as you can. Also make use of comment box to speak your mind. Thanks a lot for watching. Happy programming.